Hey everyone, it's Dan Sfera coming back to you again from theclinicaltrialsguru.com. Once again, that website address is theclinicaltrialsguru.com. I'm in our beautiful Norwalk, California research facility. It's one of our 3 sites, so this is the place I've been spending a great deal of my time as of late. Today's post is going to be about social media. I've been getting a lot of requests, a lot lately actually, to kind of focus more on social media and why I think it's important, or at least why I believe it's being underutilized and not properly utilized by the clinical trials companies, and specifically the pharmaceutical companies, but also the research clinics and the CROs, basically anyone in the clinical trials content industry. Why I feel like they could be doing so much more and they're missing out on a whole lot of opportunities. And then this also applies to the pharmaceutical industry in general. And actually a great article that I'm reading, and I tweeted about it last week. It focuses on the fact that Facebook, all those fan pages that you see on Facebook where big companies have their own pages and they encourage you to like them and they encourage you to, well, most of them encourage you to interact with them. Turns out that a lot of the pharmaceutical companies are scared of receiving comments on their sites. They don't know how to monitor those. They don't necessarily know how to engage with people in a conversation. And of course they're scared of the FDA and all the regulations that entails. But Facebook is giving them an ultimatum. Pretty soon, like within a few weeks, right now it's July 13th, so I think by August every Facebook fan page is going to require that you unlock comments and you allow your members, those who click like, to post on your wall. And so the pharmaceutical companies, a lot of them have locked their comments, so their users cannot actually comment on their pages. And Facebook is saying, no, we can't have that. If you want to be on Facebook, you've got to unlock your comments. And that led to a few people asking me, how does this relate to clinical trials? Here's the thing. If you're going to be on Facebook, if you're going to be in social media, period, and this means Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, the whole point is to get people to engage with you. You want to create compelling content, informative content, entertaining content, funny content, whatever it may be. You create some kind of content based around your mission as an organization, and then you hope and you should be encouraging people to engage with you and interact with you. And if you're on social media and you're treating it like traditional advertising, where you're just putting a TV ad on or a radio ad, and you're not encouraging people to communicate with you, but you're encouraging people to call you up and buy from you, that's push marketing. And the whole point, the whole reason why social media is so popular is because of the two-way messaging that goes back and forth between one person and another person, and now between many people because of Twitter and the retweets and all that stuff. So for pharmaceutical companies to claim that they are involved in social media because they have a Facebook fan page or because they have a Twitter profile is ridiculous, because they're not interacting with anyone, they're just pushing out their message. So another article I've read was that Facebook has this type of algorithms where if enough people don't comment, or enough people if you don't allow people to interact with you, Facebook has their algorithm set up so that your post actually will not appear in people's feeds, in people's news feeds. So you may be posting out all this stuff, but no one's even reading it, and that's because you're not engaging with people. Therefore, it's not social enough to fit in Facebook's algorithm, so they don't even show it. Same thing in a tweet. You may have like 10,000 followers, but how many of those people are actually engaging with you? How many of those people are actually reading your message? They're ignoring you. This leads us into Google+. Google is going to have circles where you can selectively choose who you want to follow. So if you're only pushing out content, basically spamming people, nobody's going to include you in their circle. So you can be posting all this great content, and no one's going to be following you. So the whole point of this is to engage with people, to interact with people. That's the whole purpose of social media. Now, bringing you back to clinical trials, because this is a clinical trial blog. Myself and Don, we've been doing this for about 2 years, and we still have yet to see people encouraging people in the clinical trial space, people who work within this industry, using social media correctly. And if there's someone out there that is, let me know about it. Let us know about it. We'd love to feature you on our website. We'd love to interview you. But we just see a lot of people posting, hey, we're enrolling for this study, call now. That's great to put every now and then. You got to let your followers know that you are enrolling for studies. I get that, but that can't be your only message, because then you have no context, you have no credibility at that point, and you lack the authority to actually convince people to pay attention to you, because you're not putting out anything that's actually helpful for them. You're putting out things that are helpful for yourself. So you want to provide content that's easy to share, easy for others to share, that encourages people to interact with you. You can't be afraid to listen. Most of social media is actually listening to what people are talking about and then responding. And I get it. Look, I work in this industry too. It's important to get your recruitment numbers up. It's important to enroll people in your studies. But if that's the only reason why you're doing social media, then you might as well just give up, because your tweets are not even going to be showing in people's timelines. And I've gone on Twitter and I've gone on Facebook fan pages of research clinics and CROs, and all I see is like a huge timeline that goes on forever until infinity, talking about nothing but what study is enrolling. And I think that people are starting to tune that out, and as we start moving into Google Plus, where people specifically put you into groups, they might put you in a group, of fellow spammers, and they'll check it every now and then, if they do decide to want to join a study. But if you really want that engagement, and you really want to interact with people, and you really want people's attention, and build that credibility, and then every now and then start recruiting for studies using social media, that's okay. But you have to put those tweets out in between useful content. And it's not just Twitter, it's Facebook as well. LinkedIn, you don't really recruit for study participants on LinkedIn. But same thing, if you're a business development person using LinkedIn, you don't just want to post, hey, we're looking to do a study right now. Anyone who has a study, let us know. That's not going to work. People are going to ignore you. So put out useful information that people can genuinely use and genuinely benefit from. Engage with people. Start responding to people's questions. Start interacting with them. Just be genuine like you would in real life during a face-to-face conversation. You wouldn't just be saying, hey, we have this study going on every 5 seconds. You're going to actually build a real conversation, and then you can start putting out every now and then a tweet about a new study that you're enrolling for. But to put out tweets every single day about studies that you have going on, people already know that. If they haven't responded to you yet, they're not going to respond to you. They consider that spam, and you're not engaging in social media. That's just traditional media on a new platform. And hey, if it works, great, but you definitely are missing out on the true value of social media, which is building engagement, trust, and credibility and authority, and of course, marketing as well. But it has to be done the right way. So far, we haven't seen that. We'd like to interview some experts on this, on social media and clinical trial recruitment. If anyone's out there that's doing a good job, let us know. We would love to interview you. I think it would be interesting for all of our audience. But we'll do a lot more videos on social media in the future, and thank you for listening. It's Dan from theclinicaltrialsguru.com. Thanks a lot.